Hey guys, we're back. Budget TV. I'm Bizer.
I'm Alistair.
And we're here for Avatar: The Last Airbender, episode 16, book 2. So, last episode was a tale.
Do not forget to check the episodes.
Oh yeah,
on
Patreon you can do that stuff, all the good stuff over there. But last episode was Tales of the Busing Say.
Tales of like 6 people.
We had a tale of Toph, Katara, Iroh, Aang, Sokka, Zuko, and Momo. And I really enjoyed, like, especially Zuko's and Iroh's were just amazing.
Like usual.
Toph, Katara was nice building up, building chemistry and shit. Sokka was just, it was funny. That's what
Sokka's always funny.
Sokka's funny.
What do you expect?
Momo, we had like, it's kind of more of like the, what do you call it? He was missing Appa, and then at the end he found a trail of a footprint. So I'm curious. I wonder if the episode's gonna start off from there. And then we had Aang just this fucking.
Aang just like
he made a zoo. I think his earth ending's pretty weird. So yeah, but like I'm curious because after their encounter with the Dai Li,
the
Dai Li,
the Illuminati.
Okay, I didn't say that. But with the Dai Li, like who control the just like the resources and everything in Ba Sing Se. So the Dai Li let them go. They didn't like. I'm surprised they didn't try to capture the Aang's crew and brainwash them. They just let them go in the city to like.
They care more about the order than having.
So like I was kind of surprised like they just let them be, but I'm pretty sure like they're spying on them and shit.
Yeah.
So like I wonder like how they're gonna deal with this Dai Li threat of like the fact that they're not even acknowledging there's a war for the people and they're just doing whatever they can and shit. And then also like. The inevitable war that's gonna happen in Ba Sing Se. I'm assuming there's gonna be like a big showdown.
There probably is.
There's gotta be a showdown happening there. So I'm curious to see that. And I'm also curious for like. Well, I'm also curious because to see Iroh and Zuko, like they're like obviously they're gonna reveal themselves to be firebenders, and like I want to see how they're gonna interact with when they finally meet Aang's crew. I really enjoy seeing Iroh and Aang's crew like interact because I feel like this is
a treat. It's more of a treat for us.
It's nice because like I feel like there's like natural chemistry between Iroh and the group. And
there's natural chemistry with Iroh and literally anybody.
That's a good point. That's a good point with Iroh. So like I'm just excited. Episode 16 we're here. We're pretty close. We're pretty close to finishing up book 2, and you know what? I'm just super excited, so you know what? Let's watch it. Oh, and is this where the Dai Li get him? Is that the footprint he leaves for Momo? No, this dumb shit, there's a Dai Li. And that's where the Momo thing happens.
Oh, he was literally there. He's literally there!
Shit!
Oh, fuck.
Man!
Oh, this is so frustrating. He's like...
but like, at least we know like the whole story behind Appa's like... Man, like wow, a lot of shit happened.
He just got captured. That's it. No,
I thought he got captured, went to Ba Sing Se, and that's pretty much it. But
he went literally all around the world.
He went on a fucking journey, man. Okay, Appa's long journey. Appa's lost days. That's the episode's title, and man, like what a fitting.
The title did not fail.
Like what a fitting title that was because
holy shit, man.
Because man, that was actually quite a journey, and it was like I thought this was going to be like he gets captured, he goes to Ba Sing Se, and then that's pretty much it. He just his shitty life over there,
I thought they were gonna leave a clue or some shit.
Yeah, or something like that, But like this was something else. This was like wow. This was a journey. This was a deeper journey than I imagined. Like I thought this was again. I just thought it was
story where someone is held captive, like in war, and then they actually escape. And
yeah,
this is what they
yes,
go for,
yes,
you know?
yes. Yeah, you know what? That's very true. This is very similar to those kind of stories where like we're your enemy territory. You sort of like you get captured and then you escape, and then that journey and those jungles and shit. Like I've seen so many movies like that.
Ooh.
Saving Private Ryan or some shit like that. So random. Anyways, so like yeah, this was pretty much like wow, like yo, Appa's been through it, man. I feel horrible for him, like in this episode, like damn.
That's
man.
an understatement, man. You were struggling for food.
Well, yeah.
You looked like shit. Like, at one point, you looked like
no man,
shit.
like okay, he was at first. We saw what we knew. He got caught at the library where Toph failed to save him, and I don't blame her. But like you know, the shit happened. Those rough riding sand dudes, like they caught him, sold him to some other trade people, and those guys couldn't tame him, so they sent him. So apparently they sent him some circus guy, some fire bending circus.
Well, I legit like I never
And that guy was
had hate for someone in the show like
Well-
this dude, except for Joe.
except for Joe. There you go.
You know?
But like, yeah, man, that guy was an asshole to the max. Like, he was just abusing him. He was like whipping him. Like that.
Bro, this is
that
Animal
motherfucker.
cruelty.
Animal cruelty at its finest. This is what this was. And like that man, like he's the reason why. Like he tortured Appa to the point where like Appa's scared of fire. He has trust issues. He's he's abused, and these are the psychological effects of being abused. That's what Appa's going through. He can't trust no one because you can't, because man, that fucking guy, like for days and weeks or how long he was captured for, like he treated him with no dignity, no respect, no nothing. And like Appa's not used to this shit, man. Appa was used to like this guy, you know, Aang, the loving character that Aang is, you know, and the connection he had, like
Exactly.
like all those weeks apart that he was without Appa, like and Appa without him, like it caused all this shit, and he met the worst type of people on his journey, like barring Suki, but yeah, like and then at least and the nice kid that he met who fed him and shit, who like and fuck that kid's dad or whoever he was. That whoever his guardian was, who kept telling him, "Oh, stay away from him," or like he was hogging the food and wasn't giving him some shit. Like he's like, "Shut up! Don't say it! Don't."
Yeah, why are you hitting on that guy?
I don't know. I'm just like fuck him. It's just I don't like him. I just don't like him because he like the kid was a clean-hearted, you know, a pure-hearted kid, and it's just like
They were gonna be late to do something.
No, I don't care. Fuck that guy.
Sure, okay.
Anyway, so that kid, he gave him food and shit. He helped Appa escape. Not helped him escape, but like told him, like,
Told him, you gotta live, man.
yo, they dressed him up like, I don't know, made him
No,
a
it's not,
clown
man.
or a
It's
buffalo
not.
wing or something, whatever the fuck they're calling him.
That's actually stupid.
And I'm glad that fire fucking circus clown was like whooped by Appa and he fucking ran away.
At his head, yeah.
You know, and then we saw Appa, and then he just escaped that shit, and then he's like struggling for food.
Man, him struggling for food was so sad to
That-
see.
that was
How he went to like
The beehive.
and licking the honey off his fur on outside of his lips. You know, like,
Anything he could get to feed himself, like that's how
at
desperate
one
Appa
point he
was.
was crash landing. Like, he couldn't even like
Yeah,
keep
and then
flying.
and
you know?
he was following the crew's trail, like all the places they've been through.
Mm.
And then this fucking boar came out of nowhere. That he started fighting these fucking wild animals, the worst type of worst type of animals that you don't want to be seeing when you're in this situation. His aggressive ass boar looking fuck came, and I had to deal with him. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad.
You know what's weird though?
No.
How Iroh saw Appa.
Yeah, and then we had no. It makes sense. Like Iroh was in the ship going to Ba Sing Se, and then he saw Appa flying, and Zuko's like, "What happened? What happened?" Obviously, Iroh wouldn't want to tell Zuko because Zuko would overreact and shit. So he's like, nothing." But Iroh's like, "What the hell? Why is the flying bison over here?" You know. So that was interesting to see, and then what's even more interesting, we saw Suki and her clan of Kyoshi warriors. They were like they're investigating or whatever they were, because they're also in a war, right?
Yeah.
And they found Appa, and then Suki was so nice. She brought him berries and shit to eat, brought him food, and then she sort of was like trying to earn the trust of Appa.
Which was hard at first.
Oh yeah, because the guy is abused to the point where he can't trust anybody, you know. So like it was nice to see that, but then of course Azula shows up, and Ty Lee and May, And then I wonder what the fuck's gonna. Wait, yo, they have some
They
cool
got, like-
fights, man. But man, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yo, I really hope Suki's okay, man, because they freeze framed that at the end. I was like,
Yeah, we never
Like-
got back to that. You're right.
come on, man,
We never
like.
got back to that. They freeze framed that shit. I'm kind of like, you know what? Fucking Ozula when she's like, oh, you're scared of fire. You should be. Oh man, that triggered me so
It
bad.
did, really?
I don't know why that triggered me. Fuck you. He's like, you should be. I'm like, oh, after everything he's been through, I'm like, he's so.
That sucks. Now he's triggered to fire.
And then even Suki's like waving the fire thing to make him go, and Appa had that face like, oh shit, and just that fear face. I'm like, I didn't like seeing that shit, you know. But man, Ozula wrecked shit up, like.
So after he left, he went to his hometown, the Eastern Air Temple, I believe it's called Eastern Air Temple. And who was that monk?
Guru Patik.
That's his name, Patik?
I think
Okay.
Guru Patik, like
Guru, like
he went to the Eastern Air Temples just to like because like Appa was missing a place of where he felt comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
So he goes there and he's trying to find comfort through his like past memories and shit. This going in a familiar place, and then he sees Guru Patik
I
there.
think he went there because like if him and Aang can't find each other, I think the one place that they would like reconnect is the place where they actually grew up. So maybe he's like, you know what, he might be at the Eastern Air Temple, and he went there. Instead of finding,
I think the reason he went there was like he's been traveling in foreign land and foreign places for the whole time. So so Appa is just mentally just like, I want to go back to where I was most happiest and like where I grew up with my siblings. You know, we saw like all these other flying bisons. Like where I first met Aang. Like I just want that. I'm so fucked up mentally. Like I need to go to a place where like
roots,
I need to go back to my roots and just be there. So like that's how I took it. Like I just feel like Appa's like at this point he's just like, I really just need to like be in a place of comfort, and that's where he met this Guru Patik person, and very interesting character. At first I didn't trust him because he had this weird face on him, like when he smiled and shit. Like I was kind of like uneasy about it, and Appa obviously did not trust him at all. Like he grilled him for 3 days straight, and this Patik dude was just like on the ground, like, I'm just chilling, man. It was funny to see him, and Appa's just like on his guard. He's like, he can't trust no humans right now because, again, can't blame him, right?
Of course you can't blame him.
It's
completely understandable.
It's understandable. So like. But he's expecting. He had the Guru Patik. He said this really cool line. I'm just gonna paraphrase it. But he's like, when Appa was sleeping, he touched it and he's like, oh, I sense that fear has replaced
Trust.
Where like the place where trust is supposed to be, fear has replaced that. So and now it's so true because like the place where like there's a place in your body where like. Like you're supposed to like, that's the place where you store the trust, Like this is the place where you trust somebody. And that trust has vanished in Appa and like it's been replaced by fear. So that's why like any genuinely good person comes to Appa, you can't trust them because there's just fear instilled in them. Like Suki initially, right? Like it's like trust is something you gotta build again, and it's a process, right? Like that's the reality of how things are. So it was very cool to see that, like how like Guru Patik like understood that theory.
He was
like,
patient about it,
I really respected him towards the end when Guru Patik was very respectful towards Appa.
Of course, man.
Like the way he was like asking him, he's like, can I put this message around because you and Aang have a really good connection and he needs to see this. And then Appa eventually earned his trust, and he's just, or he earned Appa's trust.
What got to me is how he was able to connect.
Where Aang
Appa and Aang, where Aang was.
How was that possible?
I have no idea. I guess the strongest bond, he's able to, like, an ability is to connect the
He's gotta be
bond.
some special person because this dude had visions.
It's just like, this guy is actually really important.
Like who?
This guru guy.
Oh, no, yeah, like apparently...
He's really important. He came out of nowhere and he has all these abilities.
Well, his abilities were... Like, I feel like he's a guru, so like they know how to like...
Sense abilities.
Or they know how to like sense like...
The inner
emotions or inner like state of people through like some spiritual means or whatever. Like they train themselves to reach that point. But like he had a vision where like he was expecting Aang and Appa. And this dude's old guy, right? So I don't know how old this dude is, but like we don't know when exactly he got this vision. It could be like 50 years ago or something, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't know, but like, so is that the reason why he's at the Eastern Air Temples? Because maybe he was awaiting the day this happens.
Yeah,
but he was expecting Aang and Appa. But
I'm thinking, but they might come back in the future, maybe.
Because he's expecting both of them, right? Because
and is that horn still attached now that when he went to Ba Sing Se and he got caught?
Oh, you're right.
That's attached to his horn.
That's what I'm saying. The message.
So like, is it still attached to him, or is like they found out and they took it?
Well, like I'm seeing how like disciplined the Dai Li are and Long Feng, the leader, is. Like I'm assuming they checked, but like he just earthbended him somewhere, right? Like
Underground somewhere, yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like maybe they didn't really investigate him because he might be too aggressive. So like as long as he's captivated, like in a cell, it's gonna leave him.
Yeah, but like I can't believe Apple came after Aang was there. You know, after Aang was there, you know, after he was there way before.
No, because like the thing is, when Aang caught those earthbending rough riding fucks, and that the guy's like, oh, we traded him, and he's most likely in Ba Sing Se, and based off that's the reason why they went to Ba Sing Se, because that's the guy's like, oh, he's probably there, but like that's not but like Appa did reach there, but that's not the reason like why he got there, you know. Because like they assumed like he got traded over there to Ba Sing Se and he's just stuck there. But the real thing was like Appa himself escaped. He went on his little journey, a very sad journey. Met Guru Patik, who told him to go to Ba Sing Se. He went to Ba Sing Se, and then the fucking Dai Li, Long Feng, caught him and imprisoned him. So technically now he is stuck in Ba Sing Se and he is imprisoned, but not by trade people or anybody, by the fucking Dai Li,
the head of the Dai Li,
the Long Feng. This dude, like, who's obviously like has an agenda for himself, like shit's going on. Like, I wonder,
it's been a shitty trip for Appa.
It's been a very sad, very unfortunate trip, but like, you know, hopefully good things to come for him. But like, I'm curious to see like what's the message from Guru that like what could be the message for Aang?
No idea.
Like
we have no leads.
Like I'm just taking a guess. Like what could it be? You know, like I'm just thinking about that. Like what message could Guru Patik give Appa?
Maybe it's a past message from the previous avatar.
Or maybe it's like I don't know. Like
no, but then I think Roku would have told him.
Yeah, right. So, like I don't think it would like, or maybe it's like something like important in terms of there's solstice. No. I'm talking about like maybe something regarding what am I trying to say here? Maybe there's like an event. Maybe there's some place he has to go. Maybe there's some place that Aang must go, or some hint for the Fire Nation or something. I don't know. You know, I'm just taking wild guesses over here. Like I'm curious.
Honestly, like I don't think these are one of the things you can guess.
I think we'll have to wait. I think we'll have to wait for this one.
Yeah.
So
we have no leads.
There's no leads. I'm just trying to like. I wonder if there's like maybe there's some place Aang has to visit. He doesn't know maybe his previous master. What was his name? God damn it! I should know this. It starts with a G.
Double J.
No. When you're confused, it's just double J. I have to see this, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Gyatso. So, anyways, I wonder if because you know in Aang's flashback, like Gyatso was telling him Aang leave, but Aang already left in anger. Remember, he took Appa and left in the storm, and when Gyatso, his master, found out that Aang was being taken somewhere else, so Gyatso went to Aang secretly. He's like, Aang, you must escape, but Aang already left in like some like he's just, childish anger.
From Gyatso.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if there maybe something. Maybe a hidden, maybe something Gyatso wanted to. He left for Aang before the Fire Nation got to him or some shit. So I'm speculating over here, but like, yeah, man, the Dai Li I've gotten. That now we like. I think we're on par of like where the story is in terms of like we know the Dai Li who they are, and we know Appa who got Appa and Appa's story. So like, and we know Uzula and Suki, man. Hopefully that ended well for Suki. I don't know. I just don't know how that ended.
Yeah, I'm really worried for Suki, man.
I know. Like,
but I think she's Suki's really strong, but I think she's outmatched.
Oh yeah, well Uzula, man, she's outmatched. So I think that's all I got for this episode.
More or less.
And stay tuned for the next segment, guys. Alright guys, it's that time again. Who's gonna be your MVP of this episode?
And who's gonna be the flop of this episode? So let's start with the MVP.
Okay, this was an interesting episode. So like we got a bunch of candidates. Could be
Suki, for finding Appa.
She found Appa.
And not only protected him, was able to gain his trust and also bring him back to good health because he was in bad condition.
Oh, that's a good point.
He was in really rough
Cleaned
shape.
him up, got those needles out.
And actually, Appa was the first. Like Suki was the first one that Appa could trust after all.
I would say the nice kid as well in the circus.
Yeah,
but like
But I mean, like after he got fucked up. I mean.
And then she fought Ozula, and she told him like,
"Yo, get away!" Like that's really clutch.
So Suki did it up. Guru Patik as well. He helped him. He helped him out. Helped him like regain that trust. Gave that message. Told him where to find Aang.
Yeah, which is a big thing.
But even, you know what? For me, I'm gonna give this MVP of this episode to Appa himself.
And here's why.
And you know why? It's because like. Look at the journey Appa went through this episode. Just look at that shit he went through for weeks, for months. It's been like a month since he went through. The torture he's been through from the sand people, the way they dragged his ass, tortured his ass, and then he went to the circus, got tortured there. But like, he like the thing. What I'm trying to say is like every time some bad shit happened and all that horrible shit that's happening to him, he still fought. He always fought, He never gave up and never gave in. He fought. He fought that fucking circus fire guy. He escaped that. He fought wild animals. He fought for his survival, licking honey off his shit. Like, he kept trying to survive, He got caught with Suki. And you know what? Sometimes, like, just how the world is, the law of attraction, is like the more you try and fight, the more things go in your favor. Like,
exactly.
He found Suki, who cleaned them up and shit. And then Ozula came, had to fight her, but then obviously he had to escape that because Suki's like, I got this. And then he went to the air temple. He found Guru Patik, who sort of like started earning trust. Important message for him right there,
Which then led him to Aang.
Which he went to Ba Sing Se. Now sure, he got caught in Ba Sing Se by Longfang, but at the end of the day, man, it's just like the journey Appa went through, and he just never gave up and kept fighting and fighting and fighting. As a person, you gotta respect that.
Of course.
Like, you gotta respect that shit. You gotta take
a lot of
that
people will give up halfway.
They would give up and like they wouldn't do shit because who would survive that shit, man? But Appa did it up, and that's why he's the MVP of this episode. Hands down, no question asked. MVP of this episode is Appa.
You made us believe, put clothes on our backs, you sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
All right, guys, who's gonna be the flop?
Everybody do the flop.
It's gotta be. It's either that fire circus clown who was like torturing Appa, and I'm glad he escaped and lost him because like fuck that guy.
Wait, who's the other person he's talking about?
Oh god, do we have another person?
No, we don't have another person.
Those sand people.
Sand people.
You gotta stop saying that.
Fire circus people. The fire circus guy, that guy. I don't know why people.
The guy was taming him.
Like that's just animal cruel. Honestly, people who do animal cruelty deserve to die. I swear to God, whoever
straight up, man,
like using like
abusing them.
Imprison them for like entertainment to get some money up your asses. Like
it's not right.
Like
to say the least.
If you're in a circus and you're clapping hands for like lines and stuff, jumping through the hoops and everything.
Abuse lines.
Like you should think about it. What had to happen to those animals? What kind of shitty things did that Fire Nation guy
did to Appa for like, it did not just Appa, to all the other animals that he had to.
Exactly.
You saw the way he made him eat that cabbage. He's like, oh, you're gonna earn that cabbage.
Yeah.
And he started making him go through like fire hoops and shit. That's how you can earn it. Fucking scum of the world. And I'm glad Appa escaped and fucking knocked him out before leaving. So you know what? That's all I gotta say. This fire circus clown will be our flop of today's episode. All right, guys, that's it for today. Man, what an amazing journey we saw of Appa. What a sad journey we saw of Appa. So,
Yeah, it was really something else.
it was nice, like just filling in the story of what the hell happened to Appa. All these episodes, so it was nice seeing an Appa only special. Very sad, but like
we never get an Appa only episode.
Exactly.
This was needed for
this
him.
was needed, so I loved it. You get the next few episodes up on Patreon over there, and as always, guys, stay tuned for the next episode.
And before we go, you know what I'm gonna say. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know who we are. Alistair.
Pleasure.
Peace.